So, we know that manifestation isn't about thinking only positive thoughts, or we wouldn't be on this manifestation journey together. And my other issue with that is that we came here to have an emotional experience. We are supposed to experience our emotions and experience through them and not practice escapism or completely ignoring them or anything like that. It's simply about changing the way that we experience our emotions and not letting them control us, which is why practical stoicism is a great tool. So, welcome back. This is a part two for keys, the actual keys to manifestation. And the first one for this video that I'm going to get into is self belief, self concept, identity, changing your identity and your energy so that the law of attraction can do its thing. So let's go ahead and get into that. So this key is going to be all about self-belief, self-concept, identity shifting, energy, and letting the law of attraction do its thing. So this is an important one because a lot of the conversation around manifestation has to do with addition, adding all of these desires and visualization and meditation and all of that. And while all of that adds a ton of value to your practice, it really loses a lot of value if you are still in the vibration of the old you rather than the vibration that matches your dream vortex, right? So identity shifting and this self-concept, self-belief, it's much more about shedding. It is about building the bridge to the new you every single day and making choices that embody that new you, that new story, rather than the old. So we're talking about people, places, things, habits, anything that is not a vibrational match to your dream vortex, because that's what you have to be in order for your manifestations to move in. Our affirmations, all of these different things that we do, they lose a lot of value or run the risk of not even working at all if we are doing all these affirmations but we're not really making any changes from within. So the second that we really start changing ourselves, that's when the manifestation comes in. When you change your identity, when you change your energy, that is when the law of attraction takes over. And it is about choosing that new you every single day. So every single day it's going to be about, okay, well, what is that dream me gonna do today? What are our habits gonna be today? What are our thoughts gonna be today? And it is about choosing that every single day and inundating your brain, your reticular activating system in that way, so that eventually that new you is what sticks. But again, you have to change the inside to get everything that you want on the outside. So focus on your wins, focus on your gratitude, even if all you've got that day is that you are just grateful to be alive. That is so, so powerful. Okay, use that every single day. And the more you shift your identity, the more your energy changes, the more law of attraction takes over, and the more your dream vortex starts to move in. And you just get more and more and more because you are changing yourself, and the universe is so ready to not only reward you for that, but truly show you how good it can get. So now I want to talk about the next key, which is going to be all around trust and the art of allowing and detachment and building that bridge every day. So let's talk about it. Manifestation is also all about the art of allowing, which is simply being detached from the outcome and having that knowingness and that trust that your manifestations are for you. And you do this naturally by following what feels good, following your joy, following what is a full body yes for you, following your heart in every now moment and focusing on that and looking for that too, right? Because we have that choice every single day. What are we focused on? We all can focus on what we have or what's missing, what's abundant, what is lacking, what is good, what is not good. And so the more that you do this daily, it builds trust with yourself, which is completely irreplaceable. If you know what that feels like, it is such a good, safe home feeling within self. And when that happens, the universe starts to not only reflect that, but reward you for it. Okay, so here's an example. So I love doing this. I love talking about this stuff. I love helping others with this stuff. I love helping myself with this stuff. And so I'm just following my joy every day. I am so happy for myself and the keys that I have found within myself and my personal power. And it just brings me so much joy to turn around and grab the hand of the next with the hope that it will, and the intention that it will awaken their own personal power. So I'm just following my joy every day. Would I enjoy a lot of views and this channel growing? Yes, of course, but I'm detached from the outcome because I am just following my joy every day, and because I know that that success is for me. I know that that is mine, that it's for me. So there's no worry, and all I have to do is just focus on building my bridge every day. Creation is finished. I say this all the time. If God put something in your heart and it hasn't left your heart, it is for you, period. So there should be no worry or if. It just becomes about building that bridge every single day. So the next key I want to talk about is a really fun one for me, because I think making manifesting fun and playing in the quantum, I swear it collapses time and makes such a difference. So I love to create evidence. So this is going to be for your reticular activating system. You can literally train it to start filtering in energies and experiences that are for your highest good. And you do this, again, by making it fun. So the easiest way I'm going to explain this is just going to be through my own personal examples. So every time that I see a lifted truck, I really miss my lifted truck. I can't wait to get another one. It's just my thing. So every time I see a lifted truck, I say that there are millions being deposited into my bank account. Or every time my palms itch, I say, every time my hands itch, there's millions being deposited into my bank account. So I am training, again, I'm just saturating and inundating my brain in really fun ways every single day. And so that's one way that I do it. Another way, and one that you're probably more familiar with, is Neville Goddard. And this is where visualization becomes extremely valuable and really fun as well. So when I'm manifesting, particularly before I go to bed at night, I am creating memories of my dream home, of me in my dream relationship, of, and I get really vivid with it, y'all, too. And the best times to do it are at night and in the morning. I think at nighttime is a little bit better as you're more slipping into consciousness and those theta waves, that kind of sweet spot. And you're going to be falling asleep anyways. And so it's just such a great time to leverage manifestation, because instead of thinking about everything that you're worried about at night as you're drifting off to sleep, which is only going to prime your subconscious for the next day and the next day's events, instead you are going to leverage that time to go into your subconscious and create this beautiful, vivid memory of your manifestations. And again, get creative. Think about what is on your nightstand. Think about the first thing you see when you wake up in the morning. Is it your pool? Is it a beachfront? Like what is it? Make it fun and get creative. Do not be afraid to daydream and create evidence and make it really, really fun. So this last key is going to be all about consistency, repetition, and just constantly saturating your mind every single day with the new you, the new narrative, the manifestation. And the reason for this is because it's just what is required when it comes to change. Change requires consistency, repetition, and constantly saturating your mind with the new story. It's just how it works. It's like training an animal, if you think about it. Any dog I've ever had, it requires training, so that you keep going back and keep forcing yourself, training your mind, training your energy, your identity, everything, to keep choosing the new you, the manifestation, and the new narrative every single day. And there's a few reasons for this. One I want to talk about is Tony Robbins. This is just such a great example where he talks about how, we have been under this programming of fight, flight, or freeze for so long, since like the dawn of time. But we don't have to live that way anymore. But survival is still our focus rather than joy, rather than peace. And so that's why he talks about changing your focus. But because of all of that old programming, we have to keep saturating our minds and being so consistent and practice repetition every single day. And the other reason for this is people don't realize that eventually the change sticks. It's just that they give up before that, because we still have this thing about instant gratification. We want the change now. We want it when we want it. And that actually creates lack rather than trusting the process and knowing that it's really just that initial phase that is so difficult when you are really just trying to embody that new you, that new story every single day. But eventually the energy sticks and you're not having to be like a dog with a bone every single day with it. And so when you stick with it and you don't give up, it does get easier and eventually the energy sticks. And the other thing too, and I want to bring up something that Dr. Joe Dispenza says, where he talks about how 95% of our thoughts from yesterday are the exact same today. So again, if we don't change our thoughts, change ourselves, then nothing is going to change. And if we don't practice that every single day, then that new energy is not going to stick. So you have to stick with it. This is also where your affirmations become incredibly valuable, your subliminals, all of that subconscious work. When you are being consistent and repetitive, just remember you're building that bridge every single day, and eventually that energy is going to stick and you're going to be out of that initial saturation phase. So if you made it this far, I cannot thank you enough. I love you. I'm sending you all the love in the world on your journey. Please do like, comment, subscribe. I love to hear from y'all. My name is Lindsay, by the way. I am an entrepreneur and I just absolutely love everything about self-development, spiritual development, everything that you need when it comes to that manifesting. You'll find videos. Also, there's going to be plenty more amazing resources in my About section if you're looking to get started with passive income, online marketing as a complete beginner like I did. There is also an absolutely incredible book there too if you're looking to upgrade more spiritually. If you get the book, read it more than once, you get new light codes every time you read it. And that is all for me for now, and I will see you in the next one.